Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorp International. Just a little update what I've been up to, and I would have liked to have run a train, but I can't because I did something last night and it hasn't dried yet, which I'll show you. So one of the things I've been doing is I've been loading some stuff into iTrains, and I load this Class 31. This was my second diesel I got in Engage, and it was a present at Christmas. I programmed these coaches in. I've programmed another 3 locos, speed measured them and stuff into iTrain, so that's another 3 done, and a couple of other coaches. And then here I've gone further with the ballast, not the ballast, the weathering. It's to about, if I can find, about there on that line, those 3 lines, and about here on those 2. But what I decided to do last night was just see what a bit of ballast would look like, and I started in this corner. I'd forgotten I hadn't filled the holes in with the droppers going underneath to pull to the front, so I could only do this little area, but I don't mind admitting it, I made a bit of a mistake. I used the wrong glue. I used some WWS basing glue instead of ballast glue. On the last, there's 4 tracks from the front, the second, the third, and the fourth. I put basing glue on, and it's a lot thicker, and it takes some soaking in. As you can see, there's a couple of white spots there, what still haven't dried, and the second rail I'd made into a river. So I had to scratch it all off, which meant that I scratched the rust off the rails and the sleeper colour. But I had to get it off because I didn't want a river in there. But you learn by that's unfortunately. I have a bad habit of, I see the first letter like B and think, it's that one, and I don't really read the rest of it. So that's one of my downfalls. Not very good with words, reading or writing and stuff like that, but never mind. I can use my hands and I can see what I'm doing. But the first rail, nearest one to us, I did with the track ballast, and that, it's just different again. So I'm just waiting for that to dry. So that means I can't really run a train. So near mind, basically. And if I go around to another area, so I weathered the track from there, these 2 lines through these 2 points, both these lines here to there, and put the rust on, and they've worked out very nice. The back ones were already, these were already done going up here before I laid them. Definitely the better way of doing it, to colour it all first before laying, but you learn as you go along. And another thing I've done is I've done this one here, from here to there, weathered and rusted the rails. I've still got the gaps to fill, but the track is looking a lot better from over here. You can just tell the difference between as much as new but clean to make it look like it's being used a lot. and when the actual ballast goes on, and it'll finish like this ballast eventually when it all dries out. It looks very nice. And again, just for anybody new, I'm using this ballast due to the rock colour round here and round on this bit, because in the olden days they used to always use what they could mine near, so that's why I've used this particular colour on the American layout, because I wanted this colour rock. And round the river, stuck some of the bigger rocks on along here for the base. I did do a small area, and it is only a small area, about 2 inches square of smaller rocks, and I've stuck the tufts in. So I'm getting to the point that I'm going to have to start doing some more static grass on top, ready to go around that corner, but there's still a good 100 or so to stick on there. But otherwise from that, it's not really the right time of the year to ballast, but never mind, it just takes a bit longer. It will dry, and it will dry better if I use the right stuff. But never mind, these things happen. It'll still work, and if it doesn't work, I'll take it up. Never mind, and just redo it. In between, from rail to rail. At the moment, it's only that one bit there from the 3rd to the 4th rail what's just having a bit of trouble drying. But when I was pouring it on, I thought, there's something wrong with this. I don't know if glue was going off or what at the beginning, and then I thought, it's basing glue, and I looked at it again, and there it was, basing glue. So that's it really. It's just, it takes some painting and rusting, does the track and different things, and putting stuff into iTrains, because I've still got loads of locos to do, but it's always nice to do a couple and keep filling the list up and running, and there's some I haven't run for quite a while. And I was watching Dino's last video, and he bought a Hornby 00 Class 390 Pendolino, and it made me think, I haven't had the Pendolino out for 5 years nearly now, 4 or 5 years, since the other layout. So it made me think, I'm going to get that out, and it will make me program it into iTrains and give it a run round here, but until that dries, I can't. But that's going to be the next loco. It just gave me the appetite to see it run round. And that one has sound as well, so it'd be lovely to see you go around. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll carry on, get some more stuff done, and next week we'll have a couple of trains running as well. So bye for now. Bye.